Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again. Through the land knows no pardon. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Hello there, sports fans. Happy New Year, and welcome back to Sly Wagon Lessons, where today we're going to look at an old Willie Nelson song. Willie didn't write it. Fred Rose wrote it back in, I guess, the late 40s. But Willie, once he recorded it and took it to number one, really kind of seized ownership of Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. There are a ton of other versions out there. Elvis did a version, I think. Just before he died, actually, he recorded a version. Charlie Pride did a version. You look on the interwebs and you'll find Raul Malo from the Mavericks does a beautiful version of it. Vince Gill, you can find some live versions of Vince Gill doing Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. Notably, those Vince Gill versions tend to include a harmonica solo, which is very cool from a Sly Wagon Lessons perspective, because, as you know, we are all about learning how to play the harmonica and the guitar together at the same time. And we'll do that today with Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. Another great version, just before I forget, is Willie Nelson, but for a live album that he recorded in 2003, and it features actually Shania Twain doing the vocals on it. The reason I really like that one, a couple of reasons. First, my unhealthy obsession with Shania Twain, and she sings beautifully on this song. And then secondly, the guitar solo that Willie puts into the song in this live version just rips. It's absolutely phenomenal. So you should search that one up as well from his live album. Then there's a video that you'll find on YouTube as well. All right, so we're going to learn the simple chords and then the harmonica bits to both the verses and then the bridge as well. For the purposes of performing this one, you might like to throw in a solo, and then you could just stick to the verses. However, I'll teach you and give you the Picto-Tab for the bridge as well. Maybe you'd like to play the whole thing through instrumentally at some point. I don't know. But we'll give you the tools to work this one into your set list as well. All right, Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. The chords, as I mentioned, are simple. It's just a 1, a 5, and a 4 chord. So I played in the key of D for a couple of reasons. Again, one, D is an achievable key for me vocally, so I'm comfortable in the key of D. The second reason is on the guitar, I like to do an alternating bass. Right? Kind of like that. And that works really well in the key of D. However, you could play it in C. It's not bad in the key of C either. Right? A little bit more difficult when you get to the F chord to do the alternating bass, but the G is okay. I think watching the Vince Gill versions and the Raul Malo, I think they do it in the key of E, and then use a B7 for the 5. All right. Again, I like it in the key of D, and I'm going to show you in the key of D. So through the verses, it's the only chords are the D and the A. And you can see how I'm alternating the bass notes there with a D and an A, both open. right? Then when you go to the A chord, it's the A and the E, also both open. In the bridge, there's a G chord. I like to do a G, alternating it with the D. So the G would be there on the bottom E string at the 3rd fret, and then the D string open for the alternating bass. You can also do, in the key of D, some pretty simple little bass runs. Run up. Oh, I'll try and keep that in the chord cam, sorry. Or run down. All right. So a couple of little things on the guitar in the key of D that you can play around with and have some fun. All right, let's get into those harmonica notes now for the verse portion of Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. Okay, so I'm going to try and play the verse portion of Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain, just real slow here. Keep my hand centered in the chord cam to the extent possible so you can follow along with the chord changes. And as always, I will put the harmonica notes up in the Picto-Tab, all right, where a blue square means blow and a red square means draw. Sometimes I may bend a note. It'll be a draw note. If I do, I'll put a little arrow up on top of that red square just to indicate that I've drawn it there. In this song, I'm not trying to hit a particular note, but sometimes I'll draw it. I'll bend a note a little bit for kind of effect, a little bit of inflection applied to the note before it resolves to where it ought to be, if you know what I mean. And this is a song that I tend to play just a little bit differently each and every time I go through it. It lends itself well to that, a little different phrasing, slightly different timing as you go through. And Willie himself plays it pretty differently every time he plays it as well. His jazz roots kind of coming out when he plays Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain. All right. As always, I'll do my best here for you. There's the verse. You can hear I did bend that one. So I'll put that in the Picto-Tab. All right. Coming up, I'll show you how to play the bridge portion to this great song. All right, so if you're going to play the bridge portion as well on the harmonica, I'll show you how to do that now. The only tricky part in this entire song, really, is jumping up to a 6th draw for this bridge portion. So you're going to a G chord, recall, from a D, and the verse ended on a 4 blow. You're going up to that 6th draw with a G chord laid underneath. So it goes like this. So that time through, you'll see I threw in those little bass runs that I had alluded to earlier. The run down and the run up. All done on this A string with fingering at the 2nd fret and the 4th fret. All right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That is Blue Eyes Cryin in the Rain, made famous by Willie Nelson and shown to you today on Sly Wagon Lessons. Hey, why not subscribe to Sly Wagon Lessons before you leave today for lots more song-based instruction on how to play the harmonica and the guitar together. All right? Lots more lessons coming up in 2022. Thanks for joining me today, and hope to see you again.